It's from the book of James.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to start at James 4. And I'm going to take it from first 4:1 all the way down to 4:10. Okay? And I'm going to read this quick because I know we don't have much time.
Yeah.
From whence come wars and fightings among you? Come they not hence, even of your lust that war in your members? Ye lust and have not. Ye kill and desire to have, and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. Ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss. Okay, that's God right there, that's speaking good to America right that's there.
Good word.
Telling us, you asking amiss. What do you mean amiss? You're not asking His will.
Yeah.
You know, you have to ask of God's will.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just keep going real quick here. And he says, ye ask and receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. Do you think that Scripture saith in vain that the Spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy? But He giveth more grace. Wherefore He saith, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Okay, submit yourselves therefore to God. First do that. Then resist the devil and he will flee. But before you can resist the devil, you got to submit yourselves therefore to God. Then He tells you to draw nigh to God, which means, again, humble yourself and submit.
Yeah.
Because the only way you can draw near to God is by humbling yourself to His commandments and statutes. And He will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. Here we go again. Verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He shall lift you up. You can't lift yourself up and expect Him to lift you up. You know?
I like how I finished that off. Humble yourself. And it was a promise at the end. He shall lift you up. That's also a promise. And He's not a God that's going to go back on His word.
Yes, sir.
He's true and faithful to His word. He said, word will not go out void. It'll come back with a purpose. He sent it out for a purpose. It's going to be fulfilled. So all you got to do is humble yourself. We think it's hard, but it really is not. Sometimes we just got to let go and let God. And that involves humbling ourselves. Even in the midst of all storms and trials and tribulations, wherever you may be going through. I might not know what you're going through, but God does. And that's up to you to humble yourself.
Lord's Prayer as well. You know, when you say to Him, Thy will be done.
Yeah.
You're asking Him for His will to be done. Well, He can't do that if you fighting what He wants to be done in your life. That means you haven't submitted. And if you fighting what He wants to be done in your life, you know, and then you haven't submitted yet. I mean, and this is we're not talking to the church. We're not talking to just sinners. We're talking to all of us.
Everybody.
Us. Everybody. This is part of what we have to do in order for God to stay with our country. And not just our country, but in order for Him to stay with us as people.
So do something real quick just to give us an example of a man that we know humbled himself and fought against God. Oh, Jonah. Let's take a listen to his prayer while he was in the belly of the fish. Jonah, chapter 2. I'll start at verse 2. And he said, I cried out to the Lord because of my affliction, and He answered me. Out of the belly of Sheol I cried, and you heard my voice. For you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the flood surrounded me. All your billows and your waves passed over me. Then I said, I have been cast out of your sight, yet I will look again toward your holy temple. The water surrounded me even to my soul. The deep closed around me. Weeds were wrapped around my head. I went down to the mornings of the mountains. The earth with its bars closed behind me forever. Yet you have brought up my life from the pit, O Lord, my God. When my soul fainted within me, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer went up to you, into your holy temple. Those who regard worthless idols forsake their own mercy, but I will sacrifice to you. With the voice of thanksgiving, I will pay what I vow. Salvation is of the Lord. So the Lord spoke to the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto dry land.
Amen.
He went on to do what he was supposed to do.
And he went to preach to Nineveh.
Yeah. Like you say, God has ways of getting us to humble ourselves. But do you want to get to that point for God to humble you? Do it now while there's still a chance. Because it's going to come a day and time where there won't be a chance to submit ourselves to Him anymore. And judgment's going to go forth. So, as saints, we ought to encourage one another. And those that are not saints, we need to encourage them also that you can humble yourself. And it ain't consistent with what you have and material, but it's consistent with your love for God. And God will bless you. And He promised that.